Hey everybody, I don't feature my chickens very often in my videos, but as you can see, I have one down right there, one of my baby chicks. You see them running around in there. I don't usually feature them, even though I have them. I do mention them sometimes, but I haven't done an update on my baby chicks in a while. And but I figured this is a good opportunity for me to turn on my camera. As you saw, that one chick was dead, and I have another one that was dead over here, and I haven't been able to do a head count. This one I brought over here to get it out of the way, but I haven't been able to do a head count to know how many I have left. But this morning, my daughter, when she got up to get ready for school, I guess she was out here and she checked on everything and happened to notice a hawk was inside this chicken run right here. And you see I have it fenced, and then also I have bird netting going up the sides of the trees here to try and keep my birds in and predators out. But anyways, she said she saw a hawk inside that area, the chicken area, and that hawk, it found a way out, but not before it killed two that I found so far. And I don't know if it got away with another one in its claws, but you see these babies right here. But it just seems so senseless because it just killed them and left them. The one that I showed you that I took out of here had no head. It ate its head off. The other one, because of where it's located, is going to be hard for me to get to it, to remove it from the chicken run. But it probably is going to be the same way. No head. I started out with, I believe, 28 chicks altogether when I ordered them. And one was dead on arrival. And then I lost 4 or 5 since then because of the heat. It's been so hot. And so I'm only left with maybe 21 or 22 of them. And now I lost 2 more. And the 2 that I lost were the same breed. So that means I only have 1 of that breed left in my little group here. So what my husband and I did was we found how the hawk got in. It just dropped in this area right here. This didn't have the shade cloth over it. We put that to deter it, hopefully, from coming back, because it was just sitting out on the tree. I chased it off and it was just sitting in the tree waiting to come back. And so I kept chasing it off. But we put this here in hopes that it will at least deter it from dropping down. This is the only unsecure area in this whole chicken run, because everything else is pretty covered with, that's a thorny tree. And then all of these oleanders are so full and thick. And I did that on purpose when we first bought this property, and I saw that they had a line of oleanders. I purposefully put the chickens in that run, made a run out of that area so they would have shade for one, coverage from the element, from wind and rain and snow, and from the sun. And so I did that on purpose for those reasons. But then I also was happy to use this area because with the oleander growing here, it would give coverage so that the hawks wouldn't be able to get to them. Because when we first moved here, before I built this run area for my chickens, we let them free range, and I had all big birds, and the hawks just couldn't carry them off. They tried. We would see them dive down in here and grab a hold of my chicken and try and take off with it, but they couldn't because the chickens was just too big and too fat, I guess. And so I wanted to make sure that they had the coverage. So when I trim these back, as you can see, I just trim them off of the fence so that I can grow stuff up against that area. But I pretty much try and keep everything trimmed back off of the fence here. So yeah, it's unfortunate that I lost a couple of my babies. And I know that it's life, it's nature. But I'm upset. It doesn't keep me from being upset and sad about the whole ordeal, because I do care for my birds a lot. And I try and take care of them as best I can. So I ended up putting the chicks inside here, because inside the run with the big girls, because when I was on vacation and when I went to the youth camp for youth week, while I was gone, I had other people taking care of them. And remember, I made a video of making a brooder out of a big refrigerator box that I acquired from my neighbor. And so they were still in that big box as a brooder. But what happened was their original water container broke, and so the person that I had watching them while I was gone the first time on vacation replaced it with another watering container. And that watering container is somewhat confusing as far as how to set it up, because it's reverse, it's 2-in-1. It's a container that you can use to feed or water, just depending on which side of the bottom of the container that you screw on will determine whether it's fit for storing food in it and automatically feeding food, or storing water and automatically dispersing water. So anyways, I didn't realize that at the time, and when I did, it was already too late because it flooded their box. And then I think my husband did it a few times too, and it flooded their box so much so that it started growing mold in the box, and I couldn't let them stay in those type of conditions. So that's why I took them out and put them in this chicken run already, because I have a large dog crate, but I wanted them to still have access to water and food. And so anyways, yeah, so that's a shortened version of how they ended up in the run with the big girls. And they've been doing okay with the big girls. They get pecked a few here and there, but for the most part, they're doing okay. But I was more concerned about the raccoons coming back and finding them. But the hawk is what came back and found them. And found a way to get in. And it proved to be just way more than it could stand, the temptation. So yes. But anyways, you guys, I just wanted to share that with you. I am so sad right now that I lost a couple more. I'm gonna have to replace them, but I'm gonna have to do that in a little while later. I can't do it exactly right now. But I just wanted to share that with you and update you on the chicks and the chickens. Somebody laid an egg. Somebody laid an egg. So hopefully that shade cloth will deter the hawk and keep it from getting more of my chicks. Until they're big enough, at least, to where they're no longer in danger. But thank you for watching, and I will keep you posted on what happens, if I'm successful with that or not, or if I have to make other alterations, which I might end up having to do anyway. But I'll let you know in future update videos. So once again, thank you, and as always, God bless.